So grateful that you're here. The mic is all yours. You're muted.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? What's going on? It's good to be here. Let's fix this up a little bit. There you go. That's a little better. Yes. There you go. How are you? It's good to be here. I haven't been here in a while. If it feels like a long time, at least I haven't been here since last Thursday. So it's been a good week for me. It's been relaxing, calm, taking it easy. Haven't done much. You don't need to do anything to have a good time. And there's nothing. There's nothing all week but relax, take it easy. I haven't walked much. I've just gotten used to laying around. No, normally I don't do laying around much. Even if I'm home, I'm always walking around, moving books from one place to another, redoing the room a little bit here and there, and then I walk around the block. I walk to the store, but now I want to see what it's like just to lay around and do nothing. Actually physically do nothing, not just do nothing on the inside, but do nothing. Period. And it wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. So I'm gonna probably do that a little while, and then I'll probably talk to Lynn about the new year and see how what I want to do for that. I have some ideas, but I'm looking forward to Christmas and put something together for the holidays and so forth. So today I'm gonna do the lesson. And I'm gonna do what is. It's a great lesson today. Lesson 345, then we will talk about it. All right. So until then, relax. Stuff some whatever it is you do to relax. Do it now. Have a smoke. Have some wine or whatever it is you do. And I'm gonna play some music and take it easy. Oh wait, I have to. Oh, by the way, just so you know, in this house, the power went out in my room alone, only in my room. So I don't have any juice going to this computer. So I don't. It says I have plenty of time. But, you can change the amount of time I have. It does have 4 hours, so it should be more than enough time. But it is a little bit 4 hours on the little readout thing here. This is not a lot of juice. I don't know. It lets you come back on at any time too. I don't know why it happened in my office. I don't in my office, but it did. Uh, so. Uh, Um, okay. Okay. So here we go. Here's today's lesson. We'll start with what it is. And
13. What is a miracle? A miracle is a correction. It does not create, nor really change at all. It merely looks on devastation and reminds the mind that what it sees is false. It undoes error, but does not attempt to go beyond perception, nor exceed the function of forgiveness. Thus it stays within time's limits. Yet it paves the way for the return of timelessness and love's awakening, for fear must slip away under the gentle remedy it brings. A miracle contains the gift of grace, for it is given and received as one, and thus it illustrates the law of truth the world does not obey, because it fails entirely to understand its ways. A miracle inverts perception which was upside down before, and thus it ends the strange distortions that were manifest. Now is perception open to the truth, Now is forgiveness seen as justified. Forgiveness is the home of miracles. The eyes of Christ deliver them to all they look upon in mercy and in love. Perception stands corrected in His sight, and what was meant to curse has come to bless. Each lily of forgiveness offers all the world the silent miracle of love, and each is laid before the Word of God upon the universal altar to Creator and creation in the light of perfect purity and endless joy. The miracle is taken first on faith, because to ask for it implies the mind has been made ready to conceive of what it cannot see and does not understand. Yet faith will bring its witnesses to show that what it rested on is really there. And thus the miracle will justify your faith in it and show it rested on a world more real than what you saw before, a world redeemed from what you thought was there. Miracles fall like drops of healing rain from heaven on a dry and dusty world where starved and thirsty creatures come to die. Now they have water. Now the world is green, and everywhere the signs of life spring up to show that what is born can never die, for what has life has immortality. Lesson 345. I offer only miracles today, for I would have them be returned to me. Father, a miracle reflects your gifts to me, your Son. And everyone I give returns to me, reminding me the law of love is universal. Even here, it takes a form which can be recognized and seen to work. The miracles I give are given back in just the form I need to help me with the problems I perceive. Father, in heaven it is different, for there are no needs. But here on earth, the miracle is closer to your gifts than any other gift that I can give. Then let me give this gift alone today, which, born of true forgiveness, lights the way that I must travel to remember you. Peace to all seeking hearts today. The light has come to offer miracles to bless the tired world. It will find rest today, for we will offer what we have received.
Okay, that says what it is in today's lesson. Good stuff. Good stuff. I hope you enjoyed that little moment of Zen, the moment of whatever you want to call that moment of relaxation. And so we'll start with the what is, and then we'll just run through it. See what comes up for you, for me, and for you. Just relax and just hear what I'm saying. See if you see what you understand and what you can get from it, and just whatever comes up for you. Don't grind on anything I'm saying. I don't know what's going to come up for me. Whatever comes up is helpful. It's helpful, and again, I'm running against the clock here because I have well since let's see. It says it went for 4 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours and 2 seconds. So hopefully it won't be a problem. So we'll see. Sure, I'm assuming I have an hour left, so I don't think it'll be a problem. All right, so let us begin. We'll get back to the what is. What is a miracle? What is a miracle? About time we find out, right? What is a miracle? What is a miracle?
13. What is a miracle? A miracle is a correction.
All right, so right there. We know what a miracle is. What's the correcting? What's a miracle? What does a miracle correct? You know, and what is a correction? So it's correcting error. Something that needs correction. Error, mistakes. What's the true definition of sin? Is what? Mistakes, error, missing the target, not hitting the bullseye. You're shooting for something, there's a bullseye at the end of it, so you know where you're going. So everything kind of lines up with the bullseye. But you miss it. You're off course. That's sin. It's no big deal. Just get back on course. No guilt. Oh, well, I missed the bullseye. I'll just practice and shoot again.
It does not create, nor really change at all. It merely looks on devastation and reminds the mind that what it sees is false.
And what's the goal of this correction? Is to correct you and your point of view so you can see what you're looking at is dream. What you're looking at is dream. You're not, it's not something you want to try and attach to it. You're not attached to it. You're pretending to be attached to it. You're attached to nothing. We have a persona. We have this persona, this so-called personality that we have, collective personality and a personality that we manifest into many different personalities. We have all these little personalities running around, these little personas running around. Hey, you, look at me. I'm real. I'm real. I'm real. But no, you see what's really there. When you see what's really there, you realize there's nothing here. And that's what the correction is. Because then everything becomes a lot easier to deal with. You realize that your issues are no different than everyone else's issues. And that it should be no less or more important what's going on with you than what's going on with your neighbor. When your neighbor gets sick or freaks out or panics about something, you don't panic and freak out with the person, do you? You might care for the person, but you don't panic with the person. If you do, it's not helpful. So why you panic when you freak out? Why you panic when you're having problems? If you panic, you panic. But if you're going through something difficult, don't panic. If your neighbor was going through something difficult, say things to your neighbor that would make your neighbor panic. That's a better way of looking at it. Would you? I wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. So why do you say things to yourself that make you panic? Because you care about yourself a lot more. You value your body and your things that your body does a lot more than you value your neighbor's body and what your neighbor's body does. Obviously, that's the problem. But this body is no more yours than any other body is in the neighborhood. We're just calling it ours. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine. But we can trade bodies whenever we want. We're putting our attention on other bodies. The whole game is to see when can we correct this entire viewpoint? We can take our minds off the bodies and put them on a higher self, off the persona and put it onto the higher self.
It undoes error, but does not attempt to go beyond perception, nor exceed the function of forgiveness. Thus it stays within time's limits. Yet it paves the way for the return of timelessness and love's awakening, for fear must slip away under the gentle remedy it brings. A miracle.
Thus it stays within time. It undoes error, but does not attempt to go beyond perception. It's an inner thing. Remember, miracles do not the manifestation themselves. They're the inner thing that you actually transformed, that you moved into Once you realize that it's not real, you will move into a higher consciousness. It's a step down process from above, and you move to the high. You step up, and your awareness becomes greater. You're more aware, and more aware, and more aware, more aware, more aware. And the manifestation that's happening because of that is almost irrelevant. It's happening, but you don't really care. You're in that hootless place when it comes to everything that's going on around you. What do you care? Your thoughts. The manifester is internal. The projector is internal. What you want is internal. You want freedom. You want joy. You want good times. You narrow that down a little bit. When do you want that freedom? Freedom. Oh, I want freedom. I want freedom from the big city. I want freedom to be in the countryside. That's how it manifests in this realm. Well, it can manifest any way you want it to manifest. Really, it doesn't really matter how it manifests. It's unimportant. It's the freedom and the joy that you want. Who cares how it manifests? The more you put out there some image of how it should manifest, the more you get it's in the way. Look how God would have it manifest for you. Couldn't put God in a box. God, this is the way I want it to be done. This is the picture I want it to be done. I want to think outside the box. If an image comes up for you, which sometimes it happens automatically, you can't help it. See, God, here's some inside the box. Grant this request or give me something outside the box that you can think of. Inside the box, it's inside you. And then wait for something else to come up. You'll be surprised what insights come up. And that insights are coming from deep within yourself, deep from the higher self, from the deeper self.
Contains the gift of grace, for it is given and received as one, and thus it illustrates the law of truth the world does not obey, because it fails entirely to understand its ways. A miracle inverts perception which was upside down before, and thus it ends the strange distortions that were manifest. Now is perception open to the truth. Now is forgiveness seen as justified.
When I was younger, and I first got sick or diagnosis with a sickness, I felt as though my world was turned upside down. That was my perception. I realized I was perceiving that as something that I was seeing it that way. I was using it as my interpretation device in my mind, interpreted that and created that. I projected that outside myself. I didn't realize that. But at the time, I said, you know what? I'm screwed. I mean, I don't know. I was very, 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 very scared that I was the whole world was turned upside down. So upside down. My whole world was upside down. So I was kind of bummed out because I felt as if everything that I had worked for my whole life was being taken from me. At some point, it occurred to me that at the very beginning, I got the course at that point, right at the beginning of that time period, 2000, this happened in 2007. Yes, and about 2008, 2009, I got the course, and I moved to Amsterdam. And during that whole time, it came to me that I was turned right. I wasn't turned upside down. I had been already upside down, and I was turned right side up. So I still felt. It felt as if I was being turned upside down. It was, I still fell, and I was falling all over the place. The undoing doesn't have to be painful, but it normally is, because normally we are being turned upside down. We're being turned right side up from upside down. So here we are walking around all this time upside down, completely. We're in the upside down world, I'm watching that on TV right now. We're in the Upside Down, and we're like walking around, thinking we got things going on, thinking we're doing things, falling all over the place. Well, and then we really start going, falling. We don't have the illusion anymore that there's anything but chaos. At least before we had the illusion that we weren't falling. We had the illusion we were getting along. We had the illusion everything was kind of 75% okay, 25% crime, craziness. But now, I was being turned upside down in my mind. Everything was crazy. Everything was nuts. I had to leave the country, go to Amsterdam just to find myself. Parkinson's disease, holy smokeroonie. Who would have thought? Who would have known? Who could have known? But when I finally realized that I couldn't stay in the city, I couldn't stay in New York. I've been popping these pills, not these legally, but more than pills, it was medicine. And I had been taking this medicine and I've been taking a lot of it. And if I had continued to do that, I would have ended up in deep, in deep. It would have been a problem for me. I would have been had an allergic reaction to it. So it was a good thing I went and relaxed and took my time. And I realized that the key to this whole thing is calmness, relaxation. I was trying to get all the shows in I could. I did 3, 4 shows in 1 year, and I was there for 2, 3 more years. I kept pumping out the shows, producing, and wanting as much in as possible. If I figured that I have to make it now, I have to make it right now. I have to make it this week, next week, next week. Now I have a new rule. I'm waiting for somebody to knock on my door. Say, Wayne, we have a part for you. That's my new rule. In the meantime, I'll be here talking to you guys.
Forgiveness is the home of miracles. The eyes of Christ deliver them to all they look upon in mercy and in love.
Forgiveness is the home of miracles. Yes.
Perception stands corrected in His sight, and what was meant to curse has come to bless. Each lily of forgiveness offers all.
Isn't that a great quote? I can post that. This is a fantastic quote. What was meant, all they look upon is mercy and love. Perception stands, and what was meant to curse has come to bless. What was meant to curse has come to bless. Curse miracles. Jesus. It's awesome. You know, it just shows you how this, you know, it's like how controlled and how orderly. You may think you're cursing somebody, but you're blessing that person, like it or not.
All the world the silent miracle of love. And each is laid before the Word of God upon the universal altar to Creator and creation in the light of perfect purity and endless joy. The miracle is taken first on faith, because to ask for it implies the mind has been made ready to conceive of what it cannot see and does not understand. Yet faith will bring its witnesses to show that what it rested on is really there. And thus the miracle will justify your faith in it and show it rested on a world more real than what you saw before, a world redeemed from what you thought was there. Miracle.
A world redeemed from what you thought was there. And when I say what you thought was there, one way to look at that is not so much that you thought it was there, but it wasn't there. It was a dream, but it wasn't. You thought it there. In other words, you thought it there. You took your thoughts and you thought it. You thought about it. You thought outside yourself. You took your thoughts. You took those thoughts of something and you threw them outside yourself. You didn't want them anymore. You were scared of them. You know, these thoughts. I want to make them real. I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them. I'm going to throw them outside myself. And I'm going to say those were always there. I didn't throw them out there. They were always there. And they're terrible. Look at that, man. Evil things that were always there, and they're there to get me, too. They're after me.
From heaven, on a dry and dusty world where starved and thirsty creatures come to die. Now they have water. Now the world is green, and everywhere the signs of life spring up to show that what is born can never die, for what has life has immortality.
Now, last section 5 of that is beautiful. Miracles fall like drops of healing rain from heaven on a dry and dusty world where starved and thirsty creatures come to die. We came here to die. We came here to thirst and not be quenched, just to die. But now we have water. We have water. That means we're no longer thirsty. If we follow Jesus, we follow his teachings, we keep our eyes on the prize, which is simply realizing that it's a simple prize. It's only a couple of rules, a few rules, which is keep your eyes on the fact that you're innocent, wear like a shield, wear like a force field. No one can get to you if you're innocent. If you can't hear, if I've done nothing wrong ever, I will do nothing wrong, and I'm doing nothing wrong now. I can't. I'm flawless. I'm perfect. Anything I do, I'm doing is within my nature. If you don't get that, so what? Just know it. Buy into it. Trust it. Jesus says so. You're innocent. And you're immortal. You're an immortal, innocent being. Accept Christ as your Savior. In other words, innocence as your Savior. Innocent perfection. And immortality. And no need for sacrificing anymore. It's over with. The last sacrifice happened thousands of years ago. And it was big and it was messy. So you could see it and you could say, all right, now that's the last one. But believe that was the whole point. No more sacrificing animals. Not animals with 4 legs or human animals. No more sacrificing. Now we can get what we want. All the water we want is right here. Now, for only miracles today, for I would have them return. For I would have them return to me. I would have them. That's the one with this one here. This is the lesson 345. Those of you who haven't done the lesson today, then maybe this will be helpful. If you haven't done the lesson, maybe it'll be helpful too. So you'll see. And it's a good one. It's I like when they're in first person. It's in the form of a prayer. It's an affirmation, however you want to call it. It's a good one. So here comes 345. We're listening to 345. River Wayne Sales, miracles everywhere. Miracles everywhere. Miracles are everywhere. As long as you have consciousness, as long as you have a mind, and you are a mind, then you can change your mind and you can project something new out there.
Lesson 345. I offer only miracles today, for I would have them be returned to me. Father, a miracle reflects your gifts to me, your Son, and everyone I give returns to me, reminding me the law of love is universal. Even here, it takes a form which can be recognized and seen to work.
So what does that mean? The law of love is universal, and therefore, and everyone I give returns to me, reminding me the law of love is. In other words, the law of love is everywhere. It's a law. It's not something you have to feel. You can feel it, but you don't have to feel it. It comes to you the same way it comes to everybody else. It's there. You know it. Buy into it. Jesus says everything is love. Everything is love. The more you just know it, just so you don't have to feel it. You don't feel things when you know the truth. Do you feel George Washington is real? If you say, well, I don't think he's real. I used to think he was real. I don't think he's real anymore. I don't feel it. If I feel it, it's George Washington. Now you know it. You learned it, you bought into it, and there you go. Well, that's what it means, a miracle. A miracle is just changing your mind and looking at things correctly, a correct perception. Have a purpose.
The miracles I give are given back in just the form I need to help me with the problems I perceive. Father, in heaven it is different, for there are no needs. But here on earth, the miracle is closer to your gifts than any other gift that I can give.
The miracle is closer to miracle gives. The miracle is sharing. The miracle is when you so you have to realize what the miracle is. It's a bestowal of love. It comes through you and it immediately radiates as you to somebody else. Otherwise, it's not love. You can't hoard love. Love is that's why light is used as a word to represent God. Light is used because light can't be light if you're hoarding it. It's not shining. Light has to shine to be light. Otherwise, it's something else. I like to think of it as rotting light. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's not light.
Then let me give this gift alone today, which, born of true forgiveness, lights the way that I must travel to remember you. Peace to all seeking hearts today. The light has come to offer miracles to bless the tired world. It will find rest today, for we will offer what we have received.
Notice what
Lesson 345.
notice what it said here. It says, "Peace to all seeking hearts today. Peace to all seeking hearts today." It didn't say peace to all hearts that are found today. It didn't say peace to all hearts that have found what they're seeking today. Peace to all seeking hearts. Peace to all those who are still seeking, still haven't found anything yet, or have found most of it, found everything, but are still seeking for more. Peace to you. What does that mean? May you find what you're looking for. May you find what you're looking for. May you have peace while you're seeking. And then you will find. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? We're looking for peace. That is the goal of the course. So here, when you say peace to all seeking hearts today, the peace will come, and then you stop your seeking, and the peace will then manifest into the manifestation that is proper to the peace to the energy of peace that you want. That specific peace that you want, something, whatever the energy of that peace is, if it's the piece of a this or a piece of a that, and then let's say a certain type of piece you're aching for, the piece of a family. You want a relationship. You want someone very so but you have no idea how you want to keep the images out of your mind so you can have that certain piece in a certain way. But a lot of people want that relationship, so they go out there and they go out there and they go after it with chaos in their hearts. And then so they're stressing out. I need a man. I need a woman. I need to get. And seeking for a relationship, seeking for what you call stability and all this kind of stuff, and stressfully will get you nowhere. Peace to all seeking hearts today. If you're seeking something in this world, do it in peace. Do it from a higher perspective. Do it from the self's perspective. And you will find what you're looking for. The light has come to offer miracles to bless the tired world. You will find rest today, for we will offer what we have received. You will receive peace, because then that peace will take you to where to your goal, which is more peace, higher peace, higher peace, higher, and all the manifestations that come with it, which you won't care about. Where are my lights here? Peace to all seeking hearts today. It's hard not to seek. It's hard to just pretend that things are okay. You feel good about it. All these books and all the information we have right now, it's hard enough to get on the internet. Sometimes you say, wow, what's that about? I'm gonna look into that. Or whoa, what's that about? I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into It's hard. So what does God say? What does Jesus say? He says, all right, look, have peace while you're doing it. Have some peace. If you do that, you will receive a miracle. You will receive the insights. You will transform. You have a correct perception about who Jesus is, what he can do for you, and how much love and light he can give you, so you can be a source of pleasure to other people, and therefore move up in consciousness. And the manifestations will be big, and therefore those manifestations will become other people's benefit. You will be in the benefit of other people. And you get more and more and more and more and more. Asking for the manifestations. You're asking for the love behind it. So you get the love behind it. You get it all. Other people get the things. And so they realize that they get the love behind it also. And then you get constant movement from lower to higher, from lower to higher, from lower to higher. One way to ensure that you stay one way to stay in that place where you're too caught up with the images in your mind. Sometimes I'll focus so much on one thing. If, images come up to me in a feeling. I get very caught up in feelings. The feeling comes up, and then all the pictures and thoughts that go along with that feeling will come up, and suddenly I have to see that. I have to look into that. I look into that, and then that comes up, and the books that go along with that. The books that go along with that. The books that go along with that. The books that go along with that, and I keep on picking that. I want that. I want that. I want that. I want that. So that's what people tend to do with relationships. I want that person. I want that person. I want that person. I always keep now since the last 20 years. I keep the course in my base, but I'm always doing this. Go on. And now, but if I do it in peace, the last 10 years, I mean, this is my whole life, since my early 20s, I've been doing this, finding no peace at all. I've been one of those seekers early on, my whole life, existential angst. But now, spiritually speaking, I almost have figured it all out because a long time ago I was unaligned. Yeah, big deal. Big deal, really. I mean, what's the difference? I said to my daughter the other day, I said to her, I was teaching her that, and I realized, I said to her, um, I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing. She said, but Dad, come on, you know a lot. You know a lot. I said, I know nothing but this pillow. I was looking at a pillow. That's what I know. This pillow right here, right now. I know this pillow. Other than that, I know nothing. And and that is how I keep the images. When they pop up, first thing I say, that's not real. I don't want that image. I want something better. I want a higher image. My doggy. I want a higher image. I want something better. I want a scene that's even better, more joyous, something I can't even picture in my mind. So how do you do that? Well, how does these images in my mind make me feel? And whatever those feelings are, you let them go. And then all the thoughts and images fly away with it. And you're left with something better. We all get very attached to those images. We want what we want because those images make us move. The problem is we move in the wrong directions half the time. Well, what we consider to be wrong, and then we end up attacking ourselves. We think we get guilty. We want to punish ourselves. We came here to die, But now we have water. We have a healing balm. We have Jesus Christ alive and well. He is alive. When he said to us, a quote from the Course is, when I said I'd be with you always, I meant that literally, not figuratively. Perhaps when may as a metaphor is fine, but not just metaphorically, not just symbolically, although it's a symbol of love and it's wonderful, fantastic. I agree. Obviously, Holy Spirit, symbol of love. If you have this giant computer, a giant, perfect, infinite, eternally immortal computer that's always been there, and it's right around right where you are, like the mathematical law. It's right where you are. It's always been there. It has to be there. It can't be anywhere else. The law of love, the universal law of love, spoken about in today's lesson. Right there where you are. It can't be anywhere else. Where else could it be? And that's the love we pull from. And how do you pump it? You channel it. You channel it. Very simple. Channel it through a very narrow corridor, and through kindness. It's easy. Be nice. And stop there, though. You don't want. If you start guessing on behaviors, you'll narrow everything down. That's when you start drawing pictures. Just be nice and let it fly from there. Remember, life's an improv. You don't know where you hardly know where you are. You kind of know where you are. You kind of know who you are, and you know the rest is up. The rest you're making up as you go along. So you start realizing that about life. We know so little. We know so much. We don't know where we came from. We don't even know if we came from anywhere. We could actually have been, in a sense, for lack of a better way of putting it, we could have been programmed last week to think we have a past. We've seen enough movies like The Dark City. I mean, we could actually have been somehow made to think that we have a past and have no past at all. Dark City, it was about people that were being programmed by aliens every day in new situations, put in new situations, and thought they had the past that were put into the situations about. One couple, the woman thought she cheated on her husband, and they wanted to see how they would react. Finally, he realized what was going on. He said, "Well, you didn't cheat on me. I don't think we knew each other. We met last week." It's pretty wild. I mean, who knows where we don't know where we came from. We don't know where we're going. Let's open up your arms and say, I'm not going to do anything, God. I'm going to sit here and do nothing but receive your information, your downloads, whatever they may be. And you know what they usually are? Sit tight. Just sit tight and sit back, relax. I got it. I got your back. Very similar to what the defense attorney would say. And as soon as when I'm not putting, I'm doing something I don't like, and I hear something I don't like, and I get involved, it's the client in the courtroom screaming and yelling, "Sit down, Wayne! Sit down, Rev! Sit down!" Jesus is over. Don't get up again, all right? I got this. And that's, no matter what you've done, no matter what you've done, he's got your back. He is your defense attorney. He has got your back. He has to. That's what he does. And then if you want to talk to him about your problems also, why you did what you did, he's your therapist too. He gets your back. The Course is for. Put you in connection. Make a connection with your higher self, with your Christ mind, with Jesus. Figure out a way to be with you now in the here and now. He's a guy that was around one day and now he's still around. I don't know how he did it, but it's a long time to be around. But for only miracles today, for I would have them be returned to me. If you offer somebody something, that person has to offer somebody something to somebody else, and you have to get also enough to give. You can't give what you don't have. I offer love to somebody, I have to have that love. So I have to receive what I give. If I give you and receiving are the same thing. If I have love, I can give love. I have to give love if I have it, because as I said, it's not love if you don't. I have light. I have to give. I have to share the light to make it so it stays light. Otherwise, it's not light. I offer only light today, for I would have them. I would have it returned to me. I offer only love today, for I would have it returned to me. And for only peace today, for I would have it returned to me. And it's returned to you. Not necessarily by the person, but by one, you give one person, and then you give another person, and as you give it to another person, you know it's coming through from somebody else. You're always receiving what you're giving. So you give, and you know what you're getting. You're getting exactly what you're giving. All right, I'm gonna play a song. I think, and then we'll call it quits for today. I hope it was helpful. I hope I said a few things that maybe you can take away. A few takeaways in that long rant, semi-long rant. So I'm gonna be back next week. Next week is next week Christmas? So is it coming up that quickly? Today is the 12th, so it's
Yeah, I
coming up.
think it's 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks, 2 weeks from now. All right, and what day is that? Do you know?
Let me look here real quick.
How much if I'm coming in that day?
'Cause I'm not even sure my own self.
Oh, all
It's so
right.
caught up. It's on a Thursday, so
Oh,
the
good.
25th.
So if it's open, I'll
So,
be here. I like
so
being
yeah, okay, yeah,
here.
yeah.
I can show the one that I did the first time I did Christmas here.
Oh, yeah.
As much as he wants, but it will be fun. And Oz will be here too. She put it together, so we'll do that. All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna play a little going away song, and then it's okay to play it. It's
Good.
all right. So
Yeah.
it's just another Christmas song, a little nice piano instrumental thing going on. So. All right, everyone. So thanks very much for being here. Thanks for humoring me and hearing my shtick. And until I'll say goodbye at the end of the song again. But thanks for again, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Thank you so much, Wayne. I love you, brother.
Give yourself a merry little Christmas. All right, everyone. Again, God bless you all. Peace, blessings, and I'll see you next week. And till then, bye bye.